Guys, this is absolutely insane. I can't even tell you how many deer I've seen tonight already. I still got like 5 of them in front of me. My main camera's running out of batteries. I can't reach back to get another battery. That other buck was close, and he was super nice too. But after I seen our shooter, the one that I was after coming in here, it was tough to take that shot. Although I probably should have in hindsight, but the deer that we're after is definitely still somewhere close. And we got time, so I'm gonna bank.
TAGNBRAG Nation, what is up? Today we are going on an adventure. We're going to do a hang and hunt in southern Ohio where Dean and I have some permission. We've set up a camera. We've had it soaking since about October. I actually was just down here during ATA, or on my way to and from ATA, and I was putting some feed out, putting some tall tine out, changing batteries in the camera, and we started to get some pretty solid bachelor groups showing up. One buck in particular that's not a giant by any means, but he looks like an older deer, gray in the face, bigger body, 9-point, big brow tines. And I know there's a couple other really nice bucks in this area that if they showed up, I'd be more than happy to put a tag on. But sometimes you got to work a little harder in order to get it done and not be complacent just in our backyard spots at home, and that's what I'm trying to do. So we're going on an adventure today. It is 16 degrees right now, and it is just before noon. And I'm going in to do a hang and hunt. I gotta hang an XOP. I gotta pick a tree first. I gotta hang an XOP. I'll probably put a little bit more feed out. I gotta change the batteries in the camera again from like a week and a half ago because there's so many deer and it's taken so many pictures throughout the night that the batteries are already dwindling. So I want to get that set just in case it doesn't happen today here. Then we got surveillance and stuff that we can see and make another decision on making a move down here again. But I'm excited. I love the adventure, love the unknown portion of it, even though I kind of know what deer that I'm going after or what I'm looking for. But I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what tree I'm gonna be in currently as I sit here right now. And that part of it excites me and makes me happy. It's a little bit of work, and it's well, it's a lot of bit of work, and it's a 2-hour drive down here just for a deer to go get this done. But the adventure for me and bringing you guys along with the journey is what it's all about, and it's what I love to do, and I'm here for it, and I'm here today doing it by myself on a solo mission, hanging an XOP, and I cannot wait to get a little chilly in the bush. I should probably be careful what I wish for. It's gonna go down to single digits by dark tonight. If nothing else, I should see a lot of deer, and I'm hopeful for an opportunity. Also, my shoulder's been a little iffy these days, so I'm hoping it gives me one more chance, one more pullback for the season, and a solid release on a perfect arrow to end the season and end my drought here in Ohio. We're here for an adventure. If nothing else, it's gonna be an adventure, and y'all are coming along with us. So saddle up, get your popcorn ready, and let's go have some fun in the cold this afternoon. I love you all for being here. I can tell you that much right now. I love you all for being here, and that is it. Go get one.
All right, you guys, got my tree picked out. I think I'm gonna go with this one right here. We got a wind that's kind of blowing southwest, giving them a crosswind. I got the tall tine out there, but I think a lot of these deer are coming down this draw. That looks like where a lot of the track are coming from. So if I can get in this tree with a little crosswind and catch them coming from there to the feed, I think we should be in the money. I'm also kind of backed off of it a little enough to where I should be able to sneak down and get out of here if we don't get anything. So I don't have a ton of time to try and figure out different stand placements or whatever, I kind of have to pick out a spot, get in it, and roll with it, and see what happens. So this is as good a spot as any, and I think this is what we're going to roll with. So hang on to your nuts. I'm going to go start scaling. Alright, you guys, this is the setup. I got some CRP to my left. I got a big old creek bottom down low. It almost looks like Kansas. It is badass. And this is all kind of thick up in here. We got the tall tine right out in front. And I'm hoping that these deer kind of make their way through this thick, down this ridge, and end up somewhere in front of me. Right in here. That's the goal. That's the idea. That's what I'm here for. Man, it is some kind of cold out here today, but you got to imagine that the deer are going to be on their feet early because of that. So I got to go saw a couple branches down here just so I got some clarity, some clean lanes to shoot through. And then I'm going to go back to the truck, probably chill for a second, have a sandwich, and get back in. What time is it? It's already 1:20, so I'm going to have to make that fairly quick. But I got my tree arm set up. I got everything that I need in here set up right now. And all I got to do is bring my bow, pop back in, and we should be good to go. So I'm looking forward to this evening's hunt. New territory, new property we've never hunted before, and there's a lot of deer here. Let's go see if we can knock one down.
Back at the truck, I made myself a couple meatloaf sandwiches. This is Delonte, McGuire, or a combination of both. But it's about 1:30, still 16 degrees, super warm. I got my stand set up. I just came back to the truck to warm up a little bit. I'm gonna change, probably sling an arrow or two, and get back in. I got a good spot. I feel good about it. All we need one to do is take a walk. I feel confident about that too.
TAGNBRAG Nation, here we are. We are ready, set, go. I am in here. I got up this morning, actually really just decided to do this yesterday with Dean. We just have not had a whole ton going on at home. Just the exploration of something new definitely piques my interest and soothes my soul very much so. So this is exciting for me. I came down, I think I said it before, I came down before ATA and I put some tall tine out. And the deer were on it that day. We had a couple doe groups that were using it pretty heavily, and then all of a sudden the bachelor group started showing up. So here I am. There's a couple bucks in here that I would be just tickled to death to put my Ohio tag on and try and end my Ohio drought that has been a serious drought for a long, long time. Going on year 11 without putting a tag on an Ohio buck. And I plan to change that here in the next couple weeks, if not changing it today. It is the most picturesque, perfect late season day here in Ohio. It's literally only 15 degrees. It's going to be single digits by the time the sun sets this evening. And we finally have some snow, or some sun peeking out. We've had snow. I mean, it's dumped on us this week. And we finally have the sun peeking out at its high pressure, I think 30.4. So the conditions could not be better for this hunt right here. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for an opportunity, and I'm just grateful to be here in this tree, a new tree, XOP hung. Come down here to do a hang and bang mission in the late season. You don't hear of that very often, but here we are doing it. It is January 15th, I believe. 15th? It sure is the 15th. What better day to place a tag on an Ohio whitetail? I think it'll be a good one. You're going to be riding with me to find out, so I appreciate y'all following along this entire year. What a year it's been. The ups and downs, the highs and lows, it's what keeps you coming back. The success keeps you coming back. The lows and the lulls keep you coming back. And my goodness, if I'm not going to fight this one to the finish, we've only got a couple more weeks and then we turn a page to a brand new season. It's hard to believe that this season is already come and gone. But that's the reality of what we're facing right now. And gotta finish strong. The matriarch has not blown yet, and the fat lady has not sung. Let's try and dust one prior to when she does. Appreciate y'all with me. Appreciate y'all being with me. Let's go. Let's go. It's cold as shit out here. Cold as shit. And I was just scrolling through photos because I have the camera that is in front of me set to send every 3 hours to save battery life. And in between, when I hung the stand and put feet out and getting back in, a group of the residents got up and came and got a bite to eat. Now that just shows you the power of the tall tine, because they came in from the northeast. The wind is blowing southwest, so they couldn't have been laying far, and they smelled the old tall tine, and they got up and they came and got themselves a bite, and then they dipped out before I could even get back in here or see them. That's impressive. Impressive timing, but I can't imagine we're not going to see something here shortly. Oh, there's a deer right there. Deer right there. insane. I can't even tell you how many deer I've seen tonight already. I still got like 5 of them in front of me. My main camera's running out of batteries. I can't reach back to get another battery. Deer down in the bottom down there. We had our shooter come in. First buck to come in. And there was so many deer around I couldn't get a shot. And then another buck came in. That other buck was close. And he was super nice too. But after I seen our shooter, the one that I was after coming in here, it was tough to take that shot. Although I probably should have in hindsight, but the deer that we're after is definitely still somewhere close. And we got time, so I'm gonna bank on that and hope that he comes back. But this is insane. There's gotta be something behind me because these 2 deer to my left are locked on something. Back to my left.
Well, you guys, figured I'd jump back on here and do a little interview in the truck because that got insane quickly. Man, it's single digits right now. I am so cold. Sitting in that tree trying to stay still with freaking 10, 15, 20 plus deer around me at times. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. When is this saga? When is this damn monkey in Ohio gonna get off my freaking back? I had 10 doe come in right at like 4 o'clock. I saw at least another 10 down in the bottom there. And then I look over to my left, right where the first set of doe were coming from. Here he comes. A set of horns. And I look up and I'm like, it's him. He's the first buck that I see. And he comes in, he gets to the corn. He's at like 35 yards. I got no shot. Got my bow in my hand. I'm just staying patient, trying to wait for a shot. Slightly quartering too. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. Not at a deer eating. And when you feel like you got everything in front of you as far as time goes, well, kind of like 4 or 5 doe got behind him and he kind of just like bumped them off, and then he must have just walked over the hill. I don't know what happened, but he literally never came back. And then I had another really nice 8, which I was really close. I mean, I was borderline shooting, but I just didn't have a good shot. He comes up from my right. I could see him in the bottom too as I'm filming the other deer in front of me. And he gets, 15 yards. And it's so thick. He stayed in the thick. He went to my left. He made a little scrape. I figured for sure he's going to circle around into the corn. He's got to. And that freaking deer made a couple little, bumped, a couple little licking branches and then literally walked off right in the same direction that the first buck came from. And I proceeded to see probably 30 to 40 deer easily, and another couple smaller bucks. I just can't believe that I didn't see any more horns after that. freaking believable, and the saga continues. But I will be back. There's no doubt about it. Unless I tag something in Ohio in the next couple days, I will be back. Oh man, the hang and bang with the XOP. It almost worked. Unbelievable. TAGNBRAG Nation, what is up? For those of you who don't already subscribe, y'all need to go over to the channel. We're already on the channel, so you might as well hit that subscribe button, because if you didn't see the video right before this one, you're going to want to go back and watch that prior to this. Last night, what a hunt. Unbelievable. Probably more deer than I've seen on a single sit in a really, really, really long time. Couldn't even film all of them because it was so nuts and so crazy. I had so many deer around me, so many eyes and noses that I didn't want to detect, because I was seeing bucks left and right too, that, yeah, I couldn't film literally all the deer surrounding me at once. But anyway, I'm going back. It's hard not to, but I'm going back. Last night, I probably saw 40 plus deer. I saw the buck that I came down here to go after. He was the first buck that I saw. He came to the tall tine, and he just never gave me like a good opportunity. He was quartering 2 at 35 yards. I'm not gonna take that shot, especially not at that distance, and especially not with all the deer around and just too many variables that could happen in the process. So I saw him, and it was early. It was just a little bit after 4 o'clock. He kind of bumped a couple doe away from me, went down into the bottom, and I thought for sure he was going to come back up. Another buck, really nice 8, looked like a little bit of a younger deer. But man, there was so many deer around, I just knew it wasn't him. And I kind of let my guard down a little bit. I had him come into 15 yards, and although I would have had to thread the needle a little bit, he was still at 15 yards, went to my left, was nosing a couple of the licking branches, and then he just walked off. And the rest of the night, I had deer around me all night. I thought for sure that first buck, the 9-point, was going to come back. Either way, there was a lot of deer down there. There was a lot of bucks. I feel like anything could happen at this spot. I've got a west wind. It's another perfect wind. It's a little bit windier today than it was yesterday. We've got overcast because they had snowed down here this morning. So I'm hopeful. I'm just coming back down for another chance. It was tough not to get back into this same tree after the hunt that I had last night. And I'm not going to be able to get back down here until mid next week. So putting a little bit more pressure on this spot tonight. Again, on back-to-back nights, I don't feel as bad about, because it'll have some time to settle down. Hopefully, won't even need it, because we're going to get it done tonight. I am very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I know there's a lot of deer in here. I know there's other bucks in here outside of the ones that I saw yesterday. And I know that at this point in the season, anything can happen. The sun's not shining. The pressure's not as high as it was yesterday. But with the snowfall overnight, the camera was a little bit quieter overnight than it's been. I'm thinking that we got a pretty good shot, is what I'm thinking. And I'm looking forward to being in the tree to figure it out. I hung an XOP yesterday, did a hang and hunt. I mean, the day was beautiful. It was cold. It's pretty cold again today. I mean, it's in the upper 20s, so about 10 degrees warmer actually, but with the wind chill, it's probably gonna feel about the same. So bundle up in the Berber again, get saddled up, get set up, and see what happens. This quest to get the Ohio monkey off my back has to end at some point, especially with the relentless effort that we gonna give until the matriarch blows. The matriarch ain't blown yet, because I ain't heard nothing. So let's go get one on the ground in Ohio today.
activating the back muscles. Activate them. Activation. Activate. Oh yeah. Activate. Activate. Actually not as painful as I thought. Lord, if you bless me with an opportunity, make the arrow fly true. I'm grateful to be here to sit and witness regardless. So, all the glory is yours. TAGNBRAG Nation, what's up? I had to cut the B-roll session a little short. I already got two. Deer right out in front of me. Two littler ones, but yesterday when the train started rolling, it didn't stop. I'm back for another hunt. Unbelievable hunt yesterday. And I'm hoping to cap it off with another one tonight. I'm in early again. It's just after 2 o'clock. A little bit of a different day today. Overcast. It's kind of snowing a little bit. Bring on the bucks. We got a light snow coming down. It's actually a pretty night. Warmer than yesterday, but with a little light breeze. And the snow coming down, overcast. I kind of like it. Anyway. No more B-roll. No more messing around. We're set up. We're staying still. We're shutting up. And we're getting after it. We're in it to win it, baby. It's still early. And we got a lot of time. Let's get it done. Innovation at its finest. Let's get it done. We got some flurries coming in now. I kind of like it. My wind is absolutely perfect. It's actually, seems like it's turning a little bit more north. Completely different day from yesterday. It's pretty wild. Yesterday it was pure sun. Pretty calm. Little breeze, but pretty calm. Super cold. Today's a little bit warmer, but it's definitely breezy. We got overcast and this snow that's coming down. I don't know. Will it prevail? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Got some, more than just a little flurry now. It's snowing. Deer coming. Two small blocks. Two bucks are still off to my left. There's 4 or 5 doe down in the bottom. It's good to see deer moving. Good to see him moving. And bucks are headed back toward the bedding, I guess. I don't know what they're doing. No, the one's going into the bottom now. Yesterday, a lot of them deer in the bottom circled back up. They went down and around and kind of circled their way back up, so. Stay on guard because they might be doing it again. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just hit that deer. I don't know if I got good enough penetration. Holy smokes, that was so hard. It was so freaking hard. There was so many deer around me. There was so many freaking... Oh my gosh, guys. That was insane. I just got bombarded. Again. Freaking bombarded. And he finally turned broadside. Oh, I had 30 locked in on my pins. And he was back far. I was holding a little high. Oh my gosh, you guys. Please. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Ah, shit. Shit. I think I stuck that freaking deer in the shoulder. I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. Gosh, damn it. Shit. Oh, man. Hey. I just hit him, dude. I think I shouldered him. Dude, I don't know. It's so hard to see. I mean, I just didn't get the penetration, but man, that arrow smacked the shit out of him. Oh. I saw him run down into the bottom, dude. There was freaking 25 deer around me again. It blew up. It was slow, but then it freaking blew up. There was actually, I didn't even realize there was another really nice 8 behind him that I don't recognize, but I mean, he took off like a bat out of hell. I thought I saw my lighted knock down in the bottom, like farther away. Dude, it's so hard to tell on this freaking viewfinder. I mean, it wasn't like the arrow was flopping, but it didn't penetrate like I would have liked to. But my God, it was, I mean, it's right there. It's freaking right there. No, dude, no. I'm right in that pocket. I don't know. I mean, maybe it caught that off shoulder. If it did, I smoked him, but I think it was like, if anything, it was just a little touch forward, but gosh. Yeah, he was broadside, if not just a slight quarter away of penetration.
TAGNBRAG Nation, what is up? Good morning. A sleepless night for me, but I'm heading back down to the property that I was hunting yesterday, the day before, to go try and recover this deer. Yeah, sleepless night when you don't recover them the same day and don't see them go down. There's always second guessing. There's always, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda, all this stuff. It's a game of inches. And I was calm, cool, collected during the shot. I felt confident. My release, all good. And yeah, it's a game of inches. I mean, I looking at the shot over and over and over and over and over again on film, especially last night, it's just a hair too forward, and especially how he was kind of just barely quartering away from me. that was just too far forward. Now, I think, testament to the equipment, the efficiency of that Hoyt is shooting them arrows at a very fast rate of speed with a lot of kinetic energy. And that HXP broadhead tore that deer up, and I think it's going to do the job. That's going to save me in recovering this deer. Tracked for a little while last night, got to a bed, actually got to 2 beds. He bedded once and he bedded again, literally 10 feet apart. And what I think happened was he laid down, and if I would have left him overnight, I probably would have found him in that first bed. But I think me coming through, I had my light on and I was being quiet and stuff, but I had my light on. The hardwoods is kind of open down there, and I think he got up from his first bed because he saw my light coming, knew that he didn't have a lot in him, laid back, right back down, and then obviously I got close enough and he got back up again. So I'm just hoping that it didn't bump him too far, and that he's not going to be very far. I mean, the deer still got the arrow in him. He's got 2 holes in him because he's bleeding out both sides. Definitely either hit like one lung or it hit some sort of artery coming out in that neck area, because the blood is sprayed blood. It's not just drips. Like, now just got to go put the tracking, the tracking ability to the test. And I pride myself on this and being patient and getting in the deer's head. I've had a lot of experience. That's why our podcast is called Goose Chasing. And the good Lord is blessing us with another one, but super grateful for the opportunity. Super grateful to be just hunting this spot. A lot of deer in this area, and hopefully I can get this Ohio monkey off my back. It's been a long time coming, and it's about dang time. So I'm looking forward to this next challenge as a hunter, and I'm good, mind, body, and spirit. I feel good right now, and I'm confident that it's just a matter of time and going in there to find them. So we got the sun coming up. It's a beautiful day, beautiful morning. Good morning to find a deer. Say a prayer. St. Anthony, good Lord above. He's been with me the whole time, the whole season, and he's with me right now. So I've got a lot of confidence that we're gonna have happiness at the end of this blood trail. We'll see y'all in there. XOP, scene of the crime. We are back, and I am headed in to go try and recover this deer. I don't have a weapon on me because the deer went on to neighboring property, and I got permission to go recover. That's what I got permission for, so that's what we're going to do. And I really feel like it's gonna be just that, a recovery mission. I don't think this deer survived, not with an arrow in him. I mean, yeah, you can see the blood already. I shot him literally 10 yards that way, and he's already bleeding. I really, to be honest with you, I can't believe that he made it as far as he did. But whitetails will surprise you. Their will to survive is unmatched. They're strong animals. Okay, yeah, look at this blood, you guys. Look at that. That is even more intense than seeing it in the dark.
And it's just like, I mean, he's obviously standing a little bit, but it's just pouring out. Here, here, here. It's the first spot he bedded. Right here. And then he went up. Tracks, yeah. Okay. And then he bedded right here. And it seemed like yeah, flood here. Flood here. And this is where I stopped. All right. Let's check this out. First one of the year. I guess we'll take that as a little consolation prize. That's a pretty solid 8-point side. Alright, back to it. You guys, I'm just finding small specks of blood at this point. I honestly cannot believe that he has carried it this far. It's pretty insane. But he has not laid down again. I mean, to my knowledge, at least, the arrow is still in him. Yeah, this is him. Right here. Blood. Let's pick it open here. Damn, he laid right here again. Are you kidding me? Just laid right here again. But he's still bleeding out both sides. I don't believe this. Well, you guys, little update. Been back in here for about 4 hours. And, man, it's getting tough. I mean, well, it is tough. I don't really have a good direction on him. I'm going back to the last blood, which I kind of found by chance. He bedded in CRP about 150 yards that way, and it looked like there was like coyote tracks kind of around him, and I don't know if they bumped him or not, but he must have come out of there. He came across this hardwoods. There's another block of CRP over here, but right before he got to it, he cut down this way, and so now I'm just taking the trails that from the last blood that are the freshest, and trying to make sense of this and figure it out. I just took one probably about 300 yards across the power line onto the other side, and I didn't see any blood. And I mean, if he made it that far, then I don't know if he's going to be okay, but my goodness, what a strong animal, that's for sure.
So I'm trying to go back to the last blood and just kind of retrace. There was 2 trails up here, and I can't remember exactly where they split off. It might have been this one, but if it's split off down towards that thick stuff, and I want to be able to follow that trail as well. Yeah, just trying to take it slow, saying prayers, looking for closure at this point more than anything, to be honest. And I don't know, losing hope a little bit. The We Will Not Be Denied toured is still in full swing, but my goodness, we're getting denied right now, and I'm not a fan of it. Holy shit, you guys, I just walked up on this blood. It's 300 yards from the last blood, and I just got on the track that looked the freshest, and I've been kicking up some deer, and I just went to where the deer have kind of gone, and there's so much sign in here, tons of scratching around. There's a ton of oak trees in here, so he's got to be in here feeling like he needs to eat or something. But that's like a half decent little spurt of blood. I gotta mark this. This is insane. This is insane. I mean, the fact that I'm continuing to catch up with this deer is nuts. Honestly, it's nuts. I pride myself on that, and my goodness. But that's like half-ass fresh. There's more here. There's more here. There's more here. This is his track for sure. Man, I just want to be able to see him again. Get some closure as to what the heck is going on. Look at this. Wow. I can't believe it, you guys. I caught up to him. Somewhat caught up to him. More blood right here. More right here. This is crazy. This is crazy. More blood right here. Well, you guys, unfortunately, I think this deer is still alive. And I've been busting my ass. I've cut his tracks 3 different times. And what I mean by that is I've gone to the last spot of blood that I have. I've gotten on a trail. I've taken it a certain distance. I've determined that trail was not the trail. I've come back to the last spot of blood. I take another trail, and I keep ruling things out as I'm going. And I've done that multiple times now, to where I've literally found blood when arguably I shouldn't have. And I found 2 more beds about 100 yards from here. I just kicked up a bunch of deer in front of me, and I didn't see him with them. But it looks like over here he was just kind of milling around. Like he would go one way, then he'd lay down, and then he'd go back the same, like back where he came from, and he'd lay down, he'd go back this way. And I'm in this massive oak flat, and I think that he's just trying to eat now and rejuvenate himself. I'm bummed. I'm bummed big time. As a hunter, this is one of the hardest things to take and to come to realization with. And it's really hard for me. I mean, put so much time and effort into these deer all season, and into this spot specifically, just the effort that I had to put forth just to get here.
let alone set up a good spot to hunt and have deer come in. But I don't know. These animals are so dang strong. They're so strong. And unfortunately, my shot was a little forward. And I'm not really sure how I didn't hit any vitals. That's still puzzling to me. How I didn't hit an artery or something with them, with the broadheads that I'm shooting. But I clearly didn't. I mean, the loop that he's made already is got to be it's got to be his core essentially. And for him not to, he's laid down now 2, 4, 6 times that I know of. And for him to get up out of them beds and keep moving around, he's alive. He's alive, and he's gonna be for now at least. Which is hard to comprehend, honestly. And it's a tough pill to swallow. I'm extremely proud of myself on this mission, because I was just praying to God that just give me some closure, help me understand, give me some closure in where I found the last bits of blood. I mean, I just shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. I have no business being over this way. I have no business being this far from where I last have blood, and part of it was just kind of getting in his head and using the process of elimination to rule things out and keep me in the game. I say it all the time, the after the shot skill set is an extremely strong skill set to have. And I mean, if you see my Onyx tracker right now, it's crazy. I mean, I've walked probably close to 3.5 miles, and I'm going back and forth a little bit, but realistically I probably tracked this deer about 1.5 miles to 2 miles. And I know I have the assistance from the snow, but it's tough back here with all the track that's on the ground. But I'm gonna get through this hardwoods. I'm gonna go a little bit further just to rule the last parts of it out. And unfortunately, I'm gonna leave this one empty-handed, I think, which is a huge bummer. Very frustrated, trying to stay in the game and in the moment right now because I need to be, but I'm very frustrated with myself. I'm upset about having an arrow in an animal as strong as they are, and as much of a will to live as they have. That's never something that you want. As a result, animal that's got an arrow in it and it's still cruising. I don't know what else to say. I know that I've busted my ass to get to this point, but there's no excuses. I'm not thrilled with the outcome. Not just because I want to put a tag on an animal. Like I said, it's for the animal's sake more than anything. And I'm not happy about that. Take another one on the chin. Regroup, I guess. Get back after it at some point.
What up, fam? I am reluctantly on my way home. I know I've beat a dead horse with this and you guys at this point, but I'm just here to talk more of my feelings, and I can't let it go. It's so hard, and I know the shot wasn't perfect. It was a little bit far forward, but the blood on the trail the entire time, and I mean, it stopped, especially after he would lay down, it would stop, but I would always pick it back up again. And then the last couple beds that I found today, and the last one especially with fresh track coming out of it, it's still, you can still see he's bleeding. He's still bleeding out both sides, and the arrow is still in him. Like, I can't fathom this. I don't understand. Like, I've been on a lot of goose chases. That's why we have our podcast named Goose Chasing. And I've seen a lot of different deer hits from a lot of different angles with all different weapons, tracked them, found them, didn't find them, found them later in the season, whatever. Just all different, so many different scenarios that I've been in. In this one, I cannot figure out, and I don't understand it. When you look at the anatomy of a deer and that scapula comes down and then it connects to basically his foreleg, that arrow looks like it buries in, even if it's in front of the scapula, there's still lung up there, and there's a ton of arteries and stuff, albeit they may not be like the artery in the back where if you hit that thing, they're bleeding like a stuck pig, and that thing is, they're not going 30 yards. But if you hit an artery, that deer is going to bleed, and it's going to bleed out eventually. This deer is still bleeding very far onto the track. It's because it's got 2 holes in it. It's because it's got holes in it from an HXP. But the blood, you know, it's dripping out, or I'm seeing it in its bed. But when I go back and look at the blood from the initial track last night, and even still from some of the track today, it's spurting. It's out from the track, like out far from the track. That's not coming from a flesh wound. It's not coming from a muscle hit. That's coming from something that's pumping it out. This is going to make me sick. It's going to make me sick. I hate this so much. I hate it so much. And once again, for me, it's one thing. And for my own personal goals and all that, it's one thing. That is set aside from the fact that I just want to recover the deer for the deer's sake. I don't know, man. I've been trying to document this the best I can. I know it's been a rat race, and I appreciate y'all following along, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't fathom this. I don't know. Do I go back? Do I get a drone? I don't know. But for me, as a hunter, it's very difficult to let go, and I don't. There's a lot that I understand, and this one I can't fathom. I can't fathom it. So, what do you think? Tell me. Leave it in the comments. What do you think? After all that tracking, after the shot is replayed over and over again, what do you think? I need to know. I need help. Because I don't know. And I'm tweaking out. Can you tell? So, I'm back down where I was about a week ago, and I'm flying a drone, just trying to see what I can see in the deer that are still in here. You know, I wanted to see if there's a chance that this deer's alive and I can see him. Yeah, that would be beneficial, at least for me, for some closure and stuff. I just found a group of deer. But, oh, there's another one. It is wild. It is absolutely wild watching these deer on the drone. It's so cool. They're actually, you know, there's a handful of deer up on their feet right now. And it's pretty easy to see them actually. The conditions got to be pretty perfect for this time of year. So, oh, that's a buck. This is just unbelievable what you can see with this thing. You see that little white dot and you zoom in and that's a coyote laying down. That's unbelievable. What this thing can detect is pretty remarkable, honestly. It's really remarkable, actually. Oh, that's a decent buck. That is a decent buck. Yo, that's freaking him. Holy shit, it's him. He's alive. You guys, I'm shaking right now. This deer is alive. Oh my gosh. He's freaking alive. Look at him. That is him. 100%. Holy crap, you guys. He is literally... He is in the same woods that I left him in when I was here. This is absolutely insane. This deer is still alive. Wow. Oh my gosh. I gotta see. This is crazy. Gosh, I'm losing my marbles right now. I'm shook. I can't believe I just found him. That is 100% him. And he got the, it looks like he got that arrow out. What an unbelievable animal. What an unbelievable animal. That is insane, you guys. That is insane. Are you kidding me? That is him. That is the deer that I hit 1 week ago to the day. To the day. And you just wonder, like, talk about putting, I don't know if I'm putting a story to rest or anything, but like, you get the closure, and this helped. This did it. And I don't even know if it's closure more than it's just an understanding that he is alive, and you're not losing sleep at night wondering what in the world happened. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, you guys. I don't even know what to say. I mean, that's what I came down for right there. I really wanted to see him again. I'm shook. I am shook. Oh, he's getting up. My God. Gonna be able to see how he's walking now. Wow. He's not even limping that bad. What an unbelievable animal. What an absolute unbelievable animal. Well, I think that's all the flying that we need to do. But man, I still can't believe that didn't hit anything to kill that deer. I'm shook. What an unbelievably strong animal. Well, you guys came down here to the spot that I hit that buck, and we had a camera that I wanted to re-battery. I wanted to put some more feed out, and I've been losing sleep, not being able to get or feel like I have the closure on this deer. You know, at the point that I left last week, I really felt like he was still alive. I felt like I kind of caught up to him in that moment, and we're literally a week to the day that I hit him. Came down here, my buddy let me borrow his thermal drone. Unbelievable piece of equipment, absolutely unbelievable piece of equipment. But to get the closure and the understanding that the deer is still alive right now is something that I can't even really put into words at the moment. I'm not like happy about it, but I'm happy to know that he's still alive and well and walking around. The arrow is out of him. He was walking, you know, with a little bit of a limp, but nothing too crazy. And the crazy part is if we don't get another shot at that deer, like, I really think, you know, he's gonna live. He's gonna be able to make it, and he's gonna be fine. And that's insane. But just this whole story and the relentless pursuit, you know, after I've drawn blood is what I'm proud of. It's what I pride myself on. We pride ourselves on. You know, I've said it a lot during this whole experience that our upbringing and the experiences that we've had at a young age and the amount of experiences that we've had that have been able to help me by myself literally dissect what this deer, how he was hit, where he went, if he was okay or not, and then to be able to come down here a week later and fly this drone and know and see that he's okay is man, thank you, Lord. Just thank you, Lord, for this chase. I don't know why this one didn't end the way that I wanted it to, and it's still not over yet, but at least right now, you know, it hasn't ended the way that I wanted it to. But I've learned so much again through this experience and through this process, and he's alive, and he is alive. I mean, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I don't know what to say or what to do, but it's honestly, this whole story, I'm proud of documenting it. I'm not proud of the outcome. I'm shook right now. Obviously, you can tell, I have a lot of words, but I'm also at a loss for words. I'm grateful that God connected me with this deer again, and I was able to see him and understand, you know, what he was doing in his element, and know that he's at least all right for the time being, and be able to move on and finish the rest of the season. So for that, I'm grateful for this chase. I'm grateful. You know, it's a bummer once again. The outcome, at least right now, is a bummer, but I'm a fighter, and if this is a lesson to anyone, it's don't ever let anybody tell you when to throw in the towel. Don't ever let anybody tell you when to give up. If you've got an inclination, or if you've got a feeling, ride that feeling, follow that feeling, and chase it. Through adversity, you can learn so much, and I'm grateful for the learning experiences that I've had through all of this, and I hope that somebody out there can get a little bit from it as well. I'm not a perfect bow hunter by any means. I don't know anybody that is. And this is my vulnerability in showing you, you know, the unfortunate parts and bow hunting's lows. But I'm only showing it to you for a learning experience, and for everybody to understand that hunting isn't all about the glitz and the glamour and the trophy pictures and the hoorah on Instagram and all that stuff. It's not. There are lows and extreme lows that go along with hunting, and being a hunter and a provider in this way Unfortunately, this time I learned the hard way, but I'm also not going to give up. I also feel better about the situation now, where I can confidently go jump back into a tree with my bow in my hand and keep going, because giving up didn't get anybody anywhere, and it's certainly not going to get me anywhere.